or to try the pickup, or put it on the back of the pickup. You only need like a 27-inch base pyramid, Purviance pyramid, to get about a 50-mile radius. I believe now that you'd experiment with and find out. Just to ask people around, are you guys getting chemtrails over there 40 miles away from where you're at? And if they say no, then prove it to yourself, basically. I wouldn't discount it, but that wouldn't be right. It's just as much as saying it's going to work without you trying it out yourself or experiencing it. Both of those don't really work. You've got to try it out and see if it works, and then come to your conclusion from that, and try it out.
Now, David reports that he hasn't seen any chemtrails over Venice since he got one of your pyramids. Now, I'm talking with Ross Purviance about his Purviance Pyramid. That's purviancepyramid.net. And I've just started doing the second half of this show. We've been talking about the chemtrails and the effect. The effect that it's having on people. We know people are getting sick. We know that the aluminum is actually, it's like, and I really experienced this in the chat room. It's the mental facilities of people are being affected by this aluminum. They can't think. They can't. They don't have anything to say. And the only thing they seem to do is go out and attack people that are trying to do something. Now, what effects from the pyramids? You built them, and you're selling them, and you're passing them out. You're for yourself.
Right.
For yourself. Go ahead. What?
Yeah, it's been about since 2009 that I've had the Purviance pyramid. Now, like I mentioned before, my experience has been that and it's only been the last couple of months that I've discovered this, is you need to interact with Mother Earth for these pyramids to work. You need to interact in the way that you need to move the pyramids around between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. Your pyramid, just the one, is all you need. A 27-inch pyramid, my estimation is it'll clear a 50-mile radius. It'll bring the bees back. You're not going to see any more dying bees. You're going to clear the air. You're not going to get sick from the chemtrails anymore. So that takes that equation out of their picture. Now, here's the thing, Clay, I wanted to mention, is why haven't they knocked me off? Why haven't they, I ride on the bike on the busy streets, why haven't they knocked me off? Well, my conclusion to that is they've got these cameras on every street light, and cameras are all over the place now, and they've got probably about 100 different organizations, secret organizations, that are piggybacking on whoever's got their cameras up there, and they have a whole database of who's who, so they're waiting for whatever bad guy does their evil deeds to do the thing so that they can entrap them and say, look, we got this dirt on you, and you're our slave now. You do what we say. You know what I mean? So that's why they don't do these open this open kind of way they used to do things, perhaps. Right.
Now,
with cameras around, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
When you sent me an email, you said you actually described yourself as a whistleblower who was under attack. How are they doing that? I mean, I've experienced everything from attempted hits to trying to keep information from getting out. So what's happening to you?
It's been a psyops attack. For me. Mostly I would go to coffee shops and just do my thing there. It's kind of like my office away from home. And it's it's kind of a combination of psyop attack and zombie attack. You don't know who's a zombie and who's a psyop, or who's who's one of their secret agent slaves, or both. There's a lot that are both. And my place is bugged. I know that because I mention things. I'm kind of a loner, and so I'm alone most of the time. And I'll just talk to them. I'll just say stuff, and then all of a sudden something pops up the next day that's totally related to what I said, and there's no way that's a coincidence, and they keep doing that all the time. So it's been really heavy since the beginning of 2012. I find it's been really heavy, and I think I'd like to see what other people think about that. Since the start of the year, it seems to be that they've amped it up a bit with their spy, I call them chaos agents, and they just seem to do their psychological warfare.
That's basically what's going on right now. You can't see this, but on my chat room, we have people that come in the chat room that are basically doing exactly what you're describing. They're psychological agents. Oh, you've got this. Your Clay's done that. Oh, his eyes are bloodshot.
Yeah. Well, you mean they're kind of like shills talking on your website? They're kind of is that what you're saying?
I'm sorry. What?
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir. I can. I just missed that.
Okay. Well, like I've gone to different sites like video sites, and they post their comments, for example, and I find like 80% of them are negative, and I think they got just a bunch of shills just putting everything down, any kind of free thinking. They're just gonna they're going to go in your chat room and do the same thing.
Well, that's exactly what they did, and they do it locally too. I mean, you're right. I mean, all of a sudden, I get a book out, and my book's for sale. I pass out my business cards, and then somebody started a rumor. They can't be verified or anything else.
Yeah. I have not. The DTV came on, and I just turned the TV off. I haven't watched TV since DTV. I never really never really read the newspapers. I wasn't into it, and I do all alternative media now, and I'm off the matrix. I think I'm out of the matrix. You'll free yourself. I recommend everybody do that, and listen to Clay Douglas's show and alternative media, alternative radio, and get off the grid, and you'll feel a lot better there. Because they're just like the chemtrails. They're doing all kinds of operations. The attack is all over the place, land, sea, air, and mind, and they're trying to. They want your soul, basically. And I've had related to what you were asking me before. I was thinking about this handler training. I get these people, and they kind of expose themselves as being psyops, and they come up and they're trying to control me. They do these little things like, oh, well, if you go out of town, let me know. It's like, well, okay, but I don't really know you that much, It's like, and I suspect these people are spies. You look at it this way. They got tons of money they stole from us, from the American people. And, they've stolen the money, or they're doing illegal drugs in Afghanistan, and they're bringing it here. And so their whole spy operation, or secret operation, is totally funded, and there's no jobs. There's no jobs here, so, it's like, okay, well, you want a job? Here, work for us, And the movies totally get into it, too, because the movies say, oh, see how great it is to be a spy. And they did a big push on that back in the 60s. You had all those spy movies. You had James Bond all over the place, I Spy. I'm not saying those shows were bad or anything, But I think it was an agenda, and they had that plan. They had supercomputers back then, I'm sure of it, and that was all. You know, the supercomputer told them, here, this is what you got to do. Part of it was that, I think, and so, you know, it's just like you're not going to get more propaganda than as a history than anywhere else in the world than here in this country, the United States of America. There's no more prevalent anywhere else than here. So.
Well, they don't call it the New World Order for nothing, and it's they're going all over. They're going all over the world doing this, and we are, you know, it's America. This ain't the New World Order coming and doing this to America. They are right here in America. They are doing it to you. Our congressmen are sold out. They're financed by the banks, and they won't do nothing.
Well, that's the thing. See, they're running out of real estate. This is the last stand right here. You know, people are starting to wake up because they're being psyoped here, and they know, and they're saying, I don't like this. They're getting the itchy feeling. So even as much mind control as they've done, people are still becoming aware of it. You still have free will, and you still have your intuition, and people are starting to click onto it. And this is the last hand. They're really running out of real estate. This was their safe haven before, and they're destroying that, so they're not going to have any place to run. That's it. And you know, I don't think it's. I basically think that the chess game's over. It was over in 2009, from what I saw. I was getting the indications then that the bad guys lost and humanity is winning. Humanity has won the game. It's not over. I mean, it's up to us to make it as to get the republic back and to do, you know, liberty for sure. Liberty is it. Liberty is empowering. It's free. It's freedom. And I call it this term. I say liberty service. If you want to be a servant, be a liberty servant. Then you'll understand what service is all about. And that liberty will free you. And you'll understand that's the real service. If you support everybody's liberty, you're supporting your own liberty. And right now, it had to come to this chaos point for people to, you know, for it to say enough is enough, and it had to get to this point. And I hope we're at the final point where we can do that exactly.
Well, we're in an interesting time. You know, it's interesting that the Bible over 2,000 years ago predicted the mark of the beast, and now they've got advertising on television for it. George used to forget his medication, but now we've got this little chip. This little chip. I mean,
yeah, and they're selling it, and yeah, it's you know, it's hard not to kind of get sucked into it and say, yeah, that's cool, you know. That's why they've really got the psychology down. They really know how to do it, and you know, it's so easy to just, you know, give over your authority, I guess you say, or your decision ability. It's so easy to just let somebody else do it and just kind of float along and be one of the zombies.
Well, I'm reminded they've known this for, you know, hundreds of years, thousands of years. You know, Benjamin Franklin was asked, walking out of Liberty Hall there, after they wrote the Constitution, signed the Constitution, and he was asked, "What form of government have you wrought for us, Mr. Franklin?" He said, "A constitutional republic, if you can keep it." We've been under attack ever since, haven't we?
Yeah, yeah. The solution is empowering, and that this make a Purviance pyramid at purviancepyramid.net. The instructions are there. Make a Purviance pyramid. You want to see your power? Make one of those and drive it around between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. for 4 miles, 5 miles during that time, and you will see your power. You will see what you can do. You will see the bees healthy, no dying bees. You will feel better. You will get rid of the sickness. Don't take my word for it. Take it for checking.
Now, how much do you sell the pyramid? If nobody wants to build nothing, they've been dumbed down by the public fool system.
Well, sure, I understand. When people are busy, they and everything. I have one that's available right now. I was going to put it on eBay, and I probably will if you keep the Right Direction product. Right Direction product is my eBay handle, I guess you call it. And I haven't sold on eBay for a while, but now that you mention it, I will start getting back on that. And I have one. I'll put it up in the next 3 days, and probably by Sunday I'll have it up there, and you can check it out and bid on it. Probably starting bid will be $500. That's a 4-foot pyramid. It's actually 4 feet 3 inches. If you really you want to see that particular pyramid, you can see it right now. Get the download how to make your own Purviance pyramid. Get that at purviancepyramid.net. Called Make a Purviance Pyramid. And in that manual, at the bottom, there's a picture of the very pyramid that I'm committing to sell right now on eBay under the handle Right Direction Product. And that will be, it should be up Monday. We're selling that. And other than that, I guess you could send me an email. You could send me an email and ask me about it.
Yeah, we've got the links are all up on my website, and my website is actually working now.
Okay. Now, do you get crashes all the time with all the listeners and all?
Do I get what?
Does your website crash a lot?
No, not too much. I mean, we've had hackers come in, send viruses and all that, but we're pretty well protected.
Mm-hmm.
And
now, going back to the pyramids that you were talking about, and the ancient pyramids, which I believe were built by the ET overlords, I call them. I believe there are about 6 ET groups, extraterrestrial groups, that are always in the shadows, and you never see them, or hardly ever see them. David Icke talks about it a little bit, and they've been around for tens of thousands of years, probably hundreds of thousands of years, and I believe the fact is, what I believe the fact is that the only people that each of these groups, these overlord groups, consider this planet a colony, and they are raping the planet, and they consider the inhabitants of this planet as their slaves. And they have high capacity, high mental capacity, but they are spiritually bankrupt. They are far more out of balance than Earth is. And but they've been basically plundering this planet all the time, and each of those rogue extraterrestrial groups have, at one time or other, control of this planet. The only ones that have not had control of this planet are the inhabitants of this planet. And it's time for that to change. And that's what you're doing, I'm doing, and so all the listeners listening, the aware listeners.
all right.
But
you know, one of the other things. One of the other things I'm advocating, and I've got information up on the website about backyard gardens. I propose that what we need to do is restore the self-sufficient family farm. And I've also made the comment that you can do that in your own neighborhood. You could organize your block and get all the neighbors working together. They could put up your pyramids to protect their crops, and they could turn their backyards into a garden. Now, they're doing that in New York. I've just put the video up on my site.
I just rode down the street yesterday. I was driving down the street, and I saw this RV, and he's got all his plants on top of this RV. It looks kind of funky, but that's cool. He's doing the self-sufficient thing. And he's got all kinds of vegetables up there. Amazing. And, you know, we can do that too. Now, the Giza pyramids, what happened with those pyramids, the pyramids in Egypt, this is my take on it, my opinion, is they set it up to align with their home planet, or home galaxy, or home region, which is in the Orion Belt area, and I'm talking about the ET overlords, you know, that I'm calling them. They set it up for the energy of those pyramids to send energy up to their home base, and that's their consideration of this Earth being a colony. They had originally set up the alignment for that, and they've manipulated that. It's kind of an energy vampire thing. So they've been sucking the energy of this planet and using it for their own gain. That's how I see it.
You're right, and you know I've said that they have actually refined. They have. Oops, hang on a second.
Listen to a large selection of archived programs. TruthRadio.com.
All right, got that, and we're up on the crusade here too. Let me stop that.
Well, that's the show.
That's pretty much. Stay with me for just a minute there.
Okay.
Okay. Something here has happened here. So hold on with me for just a second. Yeah. I got to try to hook back up here with TalkShoe so I can end the show. So just stay with me here for a minute. We're out of time, but
yeah, you gotta finish up. Okay,
yeah, let me just tighten this up here.
Okay.
Welcome to TalkShoe. Your entry is not valid. Your entry is not. Your entry is not valid, or your call is not scheduled at this time. 87590.
That's because you dropped me off, you sucker. Did we not get that? Try one more time here. But anyway, I think let's
Welcome to TalkShoe. Please enter the call ID followed by the pound key.
Yeah, I tried that.
You may access. Your entry is not valid, or your call is not scheduled at this time. 8759.
We'll blow that one off here. All right, we're out of time here, and we did get this recorded on a Blog Talk Radio. It'll be up on my website here in a few minutes. And Ross, all of the links are there to your site. I hope people start getting these pyramids, following your instructions, and it's something we can do. And I think that check out my website, freeamerican.com, and see about doing this in your backyard. You don't have to go out and buy a farm, folks. You can do it in your backyard, and you can
clear the chemtrails over your house with Ross's pyramids. Ross, thank you for being with me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
All right, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right.
Another day, a cloudless sky, it only lasts till the planes fly by. The trail they leave is cloudy white, they do the same in the dead of night. A snaky, filmy web like strand is sometimes left behind. It gently falls on unsuspecting people till they find. It falls upon the farmer's fields, it lights upon their skin. Aluminum and silicon, nanomicrobes soon get in. Yes, it's another day. It's a cloudless sky. It only lasts till the planes fly by. They're not alive. They're not machines. They're nothing like this world has ever seen. They replicate. You don't know they're there till your skin erupts with an oily hair. And those with blatant symptoms, after paying doctor's fees, now have a diagnosis. It's an emerging new disease. They call it now Morgellons, and they don't know what to do. Are nanomicrobes in your town? Are they affecting you? Yes, it's another day. It's the cloudless sky, but it only lasts until the planes fly by. And those with blatant symptoms,